Hey, Darkhood here. Welcome to the first episode of my group Ironman progression series. With the new Varlamore update, I've been trying out the Coliseum and it's been a ton of fun. Let me quickly show you my setup that I've been doing, using magic only for the waves and then melee if I do make it to the final boss. So the reason I decided to use magic for all of the waves is because I don't have a scythe and I also don't have rigor, so range isn't as appealing. But I do have a Tunic and Shadow and pretty decent mage gear. The only thing I'm really missing is imbued heart, which is a big buff, but it's kind of hard to grind on the iron. Without the imbued heart, I find that I need to bring extra mage switches to get that triple damage and accuracy from the shadow, and it just makes the waves feel a lot better. I can probably do without bringing the ancestral hat and maybe one or two other switches. I'm still messing around a lot with it. Other than that, I have gotten to wave 10 in my last two runs. I'm by no means good at this or expert at this. This is my first time doing this. I've never done Inferno or anything like that. I'm bringing the Falador shield as a tank shield since I need to bring it anyways for 2 whole full prayer restores. And it has 31 range defense, so that's honestly not that bad. I'm also bringing the Dragon Warhammer for if I make it to the final boss. Apparently it makes that fight a lot better, and I'm probably going to need those specs, especially since I'm bringing Abyssal Tent Whip. I also have the Ancient Blood Scepter for forecasting ancient spells, which is really nice if you're running Myopia. The only thing is, using this, all these blood spells, and the shadow, it absolutely eats through runes on your Iron Man. I'm going to quickly break down how I upkeep all of these runes, and then I'll show you how I do my waves in the Coliseum up to how far I've gotten, wave 10, and maybe even further if I can make it there. On average, it takes 630 searches to get the full outfit, but I did end up trading in a green dye for 50 extra pearls and a second Abyssal Lantern, which I don't know why it doesn't show 2 in my collection log, but I traded in the second one for an extra 100 to try to get the outfit early. And wearing this full outfit while runecrafting nets you 60% more runes, so it's really nice. Alongside having blood essence, I can make a lot of blood runes, very AFK with the Zeah runecrafting. My runecrafting level is too low to make soul runes in Zeah, so I actually end up buying all of my soul runes at Baba Yaga on Lunar Isles. These are probably the most annoying rune to get because I have to just shop and hop multiple worlds. The other 2 runes I need are going to be Chaos runes for my shadow and then death runes. Thankfully, I can get these insanely fast with the new Scar Essence mine that was added as a treasure too. And when you break it down for death runes and for chaos runes, you're only paying 1 GP more on average than you normally would from shops. And it's way more enjoyable and super fast if you have the cash. And in case you've never done Scar Essence Mine, all you gotta do is teleport to the Guardians of Earth minigame, use the Catalytic Guardian to teleport to the Scar, where you would normally probably go fight Leviathan over by the rowboat. You just gotta jump on these 2 stepping stones. There'd be a stepping stone to your right. You hop that, and then you go in this little passage here, and you'll be in the Scar Essence Mine. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to use. You just talk to this dude if it's your first time, and then you need to put money on the coffer. Just put as much money as you're wanting to spend on runes. I want to spend 1 mil on death runes, so I'm going to put 1 mil in. Then you just mine this bad boy right here. It mines super fast, and then as soon as you get it, you want to put it in the extract orifice. You don't want to put it in the essence orifice. And deposit, and now you choose which one. So to break these down, I'm going to show you the wiki again. The warped gives you all of the elemental runes. The twisted gives you some of the combination runes, chaos, cosmic, and then mangled gives you nature, law, astral, and death. So I'm going to do mangled. And then scarred gives you blood, soul, and wrath, and it tells you how much they cost per each one, and tells you how many runes it makes. Also, the tainted essence you get from here, you put in this middle opening, you dump it in, and then you withdraw from the orifice. So I'm going to go ahead and withdraw mangled extracts. This will be for my death runes. I already got them all, 83. And I'm also going to get some of the other ones for some chaos runes. Now all I have to do is go runecraft one batch of death runes or maybe two, and I'll get a ton of runes. You want to be careful running out here with all of your essence, but it's usually pretty safe to run to the Sammy Mage. I like to go through the Abyss, and then I'll go through the Death Altar. After I runecraft, you'll get to see how many runes I get all at once. Go through here, and boom, 1,400 death runes in one click. And I still have a ton of extracts to go through. Actually, it's even more than that. If I actually use my pouches, I can get 3,200 in one inventory. Now I'll knock out those chaos runes and we'll go run some Coliseum. And let's try chaos. How many runes are we gonna get? This is so much better than Shopscape. It literally makes me excited. Same amount of runes. Makes me excited to get 90 rune crafting, which I hated rune crafting. It's not too bad once you can finally do bloods, but so I can make soul runes with this same method. Now I should have a decent amount of charges for a couple runs of my stuff. Throw 800 there. I'm going to need some of these soul runes for my blood barrages, which is going to be the main spell I'm casting with ancients. And then I have about 5,000 deaths, 4,000 bloods, so that'll last me a couple of attempts. So I am making a little change here. I'm going to not bring the Aram skirt in, see if I can start the waves a little tankier, because when I start my wave in all mage gear, I am very squishy. I always start the first round with blasphemy, and then I really hope for myopia with this strategy, because they haven't nerfed it yet. They have talked about making it where you can't auto cast with like the ancient scepter at range, but for now you still can. So I'll be taking myopia. I also use visual metronome when I'm doing my waves. Basically, if you start on this engage tile and you watch the metronome, as soon as it hits 1, that's when I'll click my invocation, and as soon as it clicks 1 again, that's when I'll run to my tile. That gives you a great chance to set the wave right off the bat and not have to deal with too many monsters. And you don't really get hit. So I'm going to ahead start the wave. I'm going to start with my mage gear on for the most part so I can one hit the Fremnik when he comes through. I should be able to do it with just that switch. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So myopia, as soon as it hits 1, I'm going to click. As soon as it hits 1 again, I'm going to click, and I'm going to have a major on the way. I'm going to one hit the berserker, and then go ahead and deal with these guys best I can. See, it doesn't one hit because I don't have rigor, and I'm getting destroyed because I'm trying to talk through this while I do it. I'm by no means good at the Coliseum. Alright, I'll go ahead and clean this up before I die. Yeah, we're just gonna reset. I can't talk while I do this. Oh. Another thing, if you do this mage setup thing, you want to be very careful when you're brewing down, because it will make it where you're not auto casting anymore and you'll just run straight out sometimes, and that'll get you killed. I'm gonna go ahead and get through this reset. I'll do a couple waves and then check back in. Alright, I made it back and completed 9. Didn't go to 10 because it's getting low on supplies, so I just took my loot. Overall, my strategy has changed some, and it's saving me a lot of money in runes. I now always start the wave with Shadow and my Mage setup. I freeze the Fremniks when they get to me, and then I burst them down with the Ancient Scepter. And then everything else I pretty much am just meleeing if I can. I do bring an Amulet Fury switch to switch with my Blood Fury to save shards when I don't need to build, because I really don't feel like getting a new Blood Fury right now, even though I'm gonna have to soon. As you can see from the board right here, I got 304 waves completed, 33 deaths. I feel like overall I'm getting better at the waves, just getting more comfortable there. And I'm just kind of lacking some sustain. And well, there's one item in particular that is amazing here that would help me, and that's the SGS. So I guess I'm going to go park my account at Commander Ziliana, and hopefully I can get the Ceradoman Hill, which is 1 in 504. Same as the Armadio crossbow, which I actually got at 25 KC. So hopefully I can get the other spoon I need, but oh, this isn't going to be fun. Yeah, immediately after I decided to go farm the SGS, I said, screw that. There's no way the SGS is my problem. It's just, I suck. So I spent a week here, every single day running Fortis Colosseum, with my full mage setup, and I finally started making it the soul, and what do you know? I got the quiver. But I did die to soul probably like 9 or 10 times, just for the fact of, like, watching videos was fine and all. I felt like I understood the boss, but until you actually get in there with the boss and fill out the mechanics, the first time I walked in, I died in 5 seconds because I did not have the bosses highlighted. And then second and third, I just couldn't get it down. My third attempt, my computer completely crashed. My game went to like 1 FPS, and I decided I was not going to record it. I just wanted to quiver no matter what. So as you can see on the board right here, 696 waves done, 69 deaths. I got it done in 52 minutes for my quiver. And hey, I'm happy with that. I've never done Inferno. Somewhat budget, I get it. I have a shadow. Don't have a imbued heart. I don't know. I made it work. And I got the quiver. And they just updated it where it looks nicer, so I am super happy. Also, this grind was insanely expensive. Every single time I died for those 69 deaths, I had to pay about 250k to Death's coffer. Thankfully, I had like an ornament kit I just dumped into Death, and it was no big deal for me. I just wanted to learn it. Right here, you can see I did get a unique as well. I got the Sunfire legs, which is best in slot prayer bonus. I did actually die on like wave 10 and 11 and missed out 2 times on uniques. I missed out on the Sunfire top, and a separate instance I missed out on the Sunfire legs because I got a double spawn and I just couldn't do it. But I did end up getting these legs after they made the uniques less rare where you can find them on lower waves. I think I got these on like 5 or 6, so pretty easy wave to snag them, which is nice because I believe there is a master clue step that requires you to have 1 piece. That's going to be really nice. If you guys want me to make a guide for not so good players on how I got my first quiver and everything I learned tons of safe spot tricks, special tiles, and just made my own meta for powering through and getting the meta, and some tips for soul because it does take a couple times to get used to soul. If you want to see a guide on that, just let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, good luck at the Coliseum, and hopefully you get your quiver as well. Really looking forward to it. It's going to take me a while though to get those charges. See ya.